more than 90 smartphones, due to which the status was updated as the heavy or the busy traffic in that particular road, or say in that particular region. So you can go through that case study also. Okay, so I'm just writing here as a note. Okay, case study which we have already learned during academic session. Okay, you can mention its theory or explanation here. Okay, that's it. So case study which we already learned during academic session, you can mention its theory or explanation here. Okay, so again I'm repeating which was the case study. I don't remember how many of you were present for that lecture. Okay, like the smartphone, the person who was carrying more than 90 smartphones on a particular road to tweak the Google, okay, to update the wrong information about the traffic management or the traffic based information. So you can refer that case study also. Okay, so I have already explained you that case study, and some students were present with with them I have already discussed the points about them. Okay, so this is vanity related points, and you can mention its security related issues also. Okay, so here explain routing protocols in MANET. Okay, which is very important question even though, and I hope you have remembered the MANET points. Okay, so we have already learned some of the MANET routing protocols, even though okay, some are related to the proactive one and some are related to the reactive one also. Okay, so you can skip this hybrid part also, it's not hard. First we should explain this part. Okay, during theory session also I had explained what is proactive and what is reactive one. Okay, the actual difference between them, when we can call it as a proactive one and when we can call it as a reactive one. Okay, basically how does the DSDV works, how does the GSR works, how does GSR and AOD works also we already seen. And even though I had compared some real-time examples also to explain them. Okay, so you can explain them. Okay, so in this question paper, okay, if you see in general the question is asked about what is MANET. So you can explain all routing protocols. That is, even though if you explain 4 routing protocols, then also it would be better. It's not like you should explain all of them. Okay, and in university question, in university examination, the specific protocol might be have asked. So you should be clear with each independent protocol also. Okay, if the question is asked like explain only DSDV, then you should know its theory, like it comes under proactive. What is proactive also you should explain. You should explain its working with respect to the diagram, or by considering some real-time example, or the comparison between DSDV and GSR also might be asked, or the comparison between DSDV and DSR might be asked in university question exam. Okay, so this is the routing protocol in MANET. Okay, now next thing is mobile operating system, explain iOS architecture in detail. Okay, so I hope in uploaded or in recorded sessions also I have uploaded. I have mentioned the theory related to what is mobile operating system and how does it differ from the desktop based operating systems. Even though I have covered its architecture also, I have already covered its introduction part also, in which I have compared the mobile operating system with the desktop based operating system also. Okay, so you can go through its theory, okay, where I have explained its working also. Okay, for your understanding purpose, I am just going to open. Okay, so here iOS operating system. Okay, so you can refer my notes and my theory session also. So recorded session also you can refer. So here operating system basics. Okay, we already learned its architecture also. Okay, so you should explain each layer in more depth. Okay, also I think Okay, so you should explain it in more depth. It is fine, but before explaining it, you should first of all explain what is the basics of operating system. Okay, it's not like you should explain this theory. This theory was just only to explain you in short what is in general way what is operating system. Okay, but this architecture is, you might be gone through all mobile phone operating systems. This is the general architecture which is already been followed. Okay, so you can explain if required. Okay, if you wish to add the theory related to the application execution. Okay, how does application is executed, what is the role of task, what is the role of application, subtask, processes, threads, and so on. Also you can explain if it is required, and you can consider any basic architecture to explain in general what is mobile operating system or what is operating system. Now here is the actual solution is started. Okay, you can mention some theory related to the iOS, the prerequisite, how it is designed, in which programming language it is designed, what is the minimum requirement nowadays or in traditional days that the system should have, and then you can start with its actual architecture. Okay, so you should explain this architecture in more depth. What is cocoa touch layer, what is the role of this cocoa touch layer, how it differs from the another operating systems layers. Okay, like here you can see the second point is, your first point is cocoa touch. Okay, so actually it is related to the graphics components. Okay, includes a set of kit frameworks for multiple appliances. Okay, which follows MVC, that is model view controller architecture. Also I had explained this point in more depth in my recorded session, so I request you to just go through that uploaded session again and just try to understand this architecture in more depth. And obviously we already seen what is the second layer, third layer, and fourth layer. And very important thing is, in day to day, in daily also I have uploaded some practice test also. So it's my opinion you should go through those uploaded daily practice assignment questions also, even though you should go through the answers provided for those daily practice assignments also. Okay, so the key questions you can understand in a very easy way. Okay, so I hope you have already understood this architecture in more depth, so I don't think so that in today's session again I should explain this part again in more depth. You can refer my this PDF file or lecture notes file as well as my uploaded session also. Okay, now here the next question is, okay, so here I was, so how to develop an application via Android Studio, consider appropriate example. Okay, so here again same point is, here you can explain. Okay, here in Android Studio application development and execution. Okay, I had already explained you this point, so you can go through that uploaded PDF file where I have explained it in more depth. Like Android Studio includes what are the major components. Okay, like here introduction to user interface, app hierarchy, what is API environment, what is user interface view, what is logical programming view, what is user interface view. Okay, so you can remember I have already explained what is tags in XML code, what is margin, how to adjust margin, how to set attributes of used components in user interface. Then a very important thing in logical programming view. Okay, you should remember some points like that is how to declare anything in your code, how to retrieve the values, how to call a particular syntax or statement or any function or anything, how to convert, how to apply, how to deliver, and so on. Okay, so for this purpose also, even though for explanation purpose you can consider any Android Studio example, you can consider any application development. Remember, as you remember, okay, as more points you can if you can cover in its answer, okay, you will get good marks accordingly. Okay, so just try to cover as many points are possible to explain for that answer. Okay, so this is the expected answer. So just again try to go through the uploaded notes on Edhitch and uploaded recorded session based on this Android Studio application development and execution. Okay, it's not hard and fast like I should explain in this way only. You can explain any application development in your understanding manner also, but remember you should at least try to you should cover at least the major points required to cover the asked question here. Okay, how to develop Android application, why Android to consider a product example, and so on. And last point here is how mobile banking works, explain it through a real-time example. Okay, so in this week I have covered this point, okay, same point where I have asked you about explain the working of m-commerce. So again I'm going to refer that answer here again. Okay, solution for okay here. So you can consider any real-time example. Okay, so this was the solution. Okay, I think that two questions were asked in the daily practice assignment. Okay, where first question was related to the Flipkart application, how does the Flipkart application work, and another one was related to the how does the PhonePe application works. Okay, I have explained you in a very simple way. Even you can refer the uploaded PDF file also. Okay, this PDF file I think you might be gone through till today about how does the m-commerce application works. Okay, this 11 pages PDF file. Okay, everything is explained in more depth. Okay, which covers almost what is m-commerce, its applications, its types of transactions, how does it work, even though two architectures are used to explain its working. Even though the real-time example is also considered, its actual working is also even though explained through real-time example also. So I hope you might have gone through this solution. Again, try to go through the solution which is uploaded for the solution for MC week for assignment 2, in which okay, so what I have covered is okay, like first question was explain in detail how does the PhonePe application work. Okay, so basically what is expected is now while understanding what are the merchant what are the participants available in m-commerce are nothing but just user, merchant, payment gateways, bank, and some third parties also. So user is a normal user like we. Okay, if we are using any m-commerce based application, it might be Flipkart, it might be PhonePe, any application related to the m-commerce. So normally we are acting as a user. Second one is a merchant. Okay, so merchant based applications like direct from which directly we can purchase any product or any appliances or any goods and so on. Payment gateways are nothing but the participants in m-commerce who only have the rights to do the financial transaction or to complete the financial transaction. So in short, those payment gateways are linked with the bank directly. Payment gateways examples like we already seen what is PhonePe, what is Paytm, Google Pay. Then through desktop medium you can consider the payment gateways as take process, bill desk and so on. So we have already gone through this. So based on two types of participants, that is one is merchant, okay, and one is payment gateway. So based on them the question were asked like how does the PhonePe application work. So in short, this question is asked with respect to the payment gateway based applications. And next question was based on merchant, that is the question was asked to explain how does the Flipkart application works. Okay, so in short, this question is related to the m-commerce based application, not your desktop based application, remember. So if we start first of all with this Flipkart application, then you should explain first what is m-commerce and how does it is useful in purchasing the product. Okay, you should explain in short what is it is. So again after that you should explain what is payment gateway and its application, then refer Flipkart application. See, why does it is important? Because even though if you try to purchase anything from Flipkart, okay, this payment gateway is very important, without which the financial transaction cannot be completed. Okay, now here next point is how does Flipkart is different from another application. You should explain some statements, you should explain some points through some statements, and like you can explain how does the participant based applications are used, like Flipkart is merchant based app, then here the PhonePe is payment gateway based app, which is directly linked with banks and so on. You can refer this PDF file also to explain. Okay, then explain the following working to explain the payment gateway is working. Okay, now this point is taken from my earlier PDF. Okay, this one. So if you have gone through this PDF file, okay, basically based on users, how does the transaction takes place in m-commerce working. So those are based on again the types of users or types of participants involved in m-commerce transactions. So based on that, I have selected just accordingly, like Flipkart is related to the first step, that is UMPB. So that's why I have considered this theory point. So I have considered those sub points here. The transaction flow is from user application and so on. Something is explained here also. You can refer this PDF file. And after that, okay, here the point is mentioned, note refer the following diagram and my recorded session. So just try to go through my recorded session for in more depth understanding of this point, and you can explain its theory after this architecture here. Okay, now here remember, okay, this note you should remember. First of all, note, you can explain the answer by considering either of the diagram and explanation. Okay, so what is the meaning behind this? Okay, you can explain either of this architecture or you can explain this architecture. So it's not hard and fast that you should explain both of them. If you are well known to both of them, you can explain both of them also. It's not but you can explain either of the architecture including its theory. Okay, so till here, right now the answer is over for the asked question. Okay, and further if you wish to know that further if you wish to explain the another architecture like this one, okay, whose points are included here, I think it has 12 points, okay, to explain its working point, then you should refer also. But it's not hard and fast that you should refer this architecture only. You can refer this architecture also. Again, I'm repeating same thing. Again, it's not hard and fast, like you should always answer the asked question based on my explanation only. You can refer any standard reference and you can write down your own answer also. Okay, so those are the notes just only for your understanding purpose I have made. Okay, but you can refer any standard reference also. Standard reference, again I'm repeating, it's not like just you can refer any website or any magazines or any unofficial content or any unofficial references. Okay, it should be verified from another end and those references should be standard again. So if the question is asked, you can explain this point here, even though in more depth I would like to suggest you, okay, that in more depth, okay, you should listen my recording first of all, okay, where I have explained the same point in more depth, even though I have considered some real-time examples also. It might be PhonePe, even though I have drawn some diagram also in my explanation. How does PhonePe work, or how does Flipkart works and so on. Okay, so just try to go through, just try to refer that this PDF file. You will automatically understand how to write down the answer for this asked question. Even though write down application issues in m-commerce. Okay, so I think you should explain the security issues basically. Okay, so some issues are related to security, some issues are related to the unavailability of some resources, some issues are related to the transport and delivery, some issues are related to the user's perspective, and some issues are related to the network issues. Okay, so those are the general issues, but if the question is asked to explain what are the security issues, then you can explain okay you can so here you can explain write down security issues. Okay, so this explanation is just only for security issues, remember. Okay, so what I said is this question is asked for a normal issues in m-commerce. So again I'm repeating same points. You should explain what are the issues related to the transport and delivery, what are the issues related to the user's perspective, what are the issues related to the security, what are the issues related to the network problems, what are the issues related to the availability of network coverage area, what are the issues in commerce issues related to the users understanding. That is obviously this point will be covered in user. So okay, so here in this case, okay, only security issues point is covered. Again I'm repeating same thing. So okay, if the question is asked related to the security issues, so you can refer this note. Okay, so first of all mention the importance of m-commerce in purchasing products and making financial transactions. Some statements about how does the payment gateways are important in financial transaction. Then some statements about how does the bank applications are used to make the financial transactions. Okay, so this is this introductory part. At least you should explain in short before starting with actual security issues. Okay, so then explain some points related to the types of users involved in m-commerce transaction. Types of users in the sense the participants involved in financial m-commerce transaction. After that you can include the mentioned points in the m-commerce security issues. Okay, so those are just in general. Okay, so user credentials security, that is user is not able to securely store or maintain his or her user credentials to the smartphone. Then application security issues, obviously some application security issues are there. Okay, now here some point is mentioned. Okay, let's go step by step. Then mobile operating system issues are there, third party app issues. Now this is file access through regular and fake applications. Due to access to various files of mobile OS and components, m-commerce apps are not secure. Now in short, this point and this application security issues point is co-related. Now what is the meaning behind it is, okay, if you have installed some untrusted applications within your smartphone, okay, to such kind of installed untrusted applications, you might be provide some access rights to access the files within your smartphone. Okay, let's say you have installed one untrusted application and another application you have installed which is a trusted application, but even though through untrusted application, okay, some access rights might be enabled to access your photos, your notes, your messages and so on. Okay, so if the access is provided to the untrusted sites, untrusted, through that untrusted applications, if the access rights are provided to access the files within your smartphone, then it is very dangerous thing. Okay, so this is the meaning behind this file access through regular app and so on. So in short, what it may cause the effect of working of another application also, because okay, some of the files might be related to the another kind of application also. Okay, then some of them are third party application also. Okay, then you should maintain the physical device security. This is a normal thing. Then network security issues and fake communication, fake calls from offenders and so on. Okay, fake calls from offenders in the sense some fake calls are there. Okay, like asking for users information or asking for your user credentials or asking for one-time password and so on. So with application security issues nowadays, this thing is very in general it's happening. application security issues, file access through regular or fake application, and this fake communication calls. Okay, so in this application security issues and file access, recent case study also you can include, the Zoom application. Those users who have installed Zoom application, through that Zoom application they are accessing the files and rest of the record files of the user. Okay, so those files might be have some details related to the user credentials and some sensitive information also. So you can go through the recent case study on how does the Zoom application is not safe or secure, through which so many users have lost their important data. And another one is this fake communication. Okay, fake communication in the sense, randomly some ransom calls are coming to the users and who are asking to give or to provide their some user credentials or some important user details. They are sending some messages including some one-time password, after which they are asking for one-time password, and some illegal financial transaction is happening. So in short, those are offenders. So those are just only points that are related to the security issues in m-commerce, but we should explain again the application issues in m-commerce with respect to all main sub points. Okay, it's not like we should just only explain the security issues only. If the security issues are asked, then only we should explain this point only. So this is the end of this question paper solving point, and end of at least brief introduction to each unit, that is first unit, second unit, third unit, fourth unit, and last unit. So I hope you have understood this course in a better way. Due to COVID break, you may not have so many changes are there, like we are using digital platform to exchange information, and obviously almost all queries, all information, or whatever the communication takes place, you may not have faced a lot of problems. Okay, if you have any queries related to today's question or the today's session or previous session, you can ask me on WhatsApp. Thank you.